and then his songs are kind of in that American country sort of Ryan Adams tradition, and he's fantastic. So musically, those are the kind of people that inspire me. But did you mean more about the stories and the lyrics?
Well, either really. I mean, the stories and the lyrics. You sort of. I mean, you went to your grand's and she was upset.
Yeah.
Watching Deal or No Deal, it gets me upset sometimes watching that as well. But you know, do you sort of, should we say, go out of your way to see sort of songs in people, if you understand what I'm saying?
Okay, that's it.
Yeah?
I think what it is that I like the idea of being able to make the mundane beautiful.
That's a good...
And so I don't go out of my way, but I do go out of my... to find inspiration. I don't go out of my way to find inspiration, but I would go out of my way to record any ideas that I get.
Okay.
I'm quite an anorak when it comes to always carrying audio recorder and always carrying a little, sketchbook and stuff. I will stop and write things down because otherwise I find that these inspired moments can be quite fleeting,
It's called old age. It catches up with all of us. I know you're nowhere near as old as me, but that's the way it goes. So when you say you sketch, do you sort of sketch the moment and sort of that then you look back on that and it inspires you to write a song, or
I just meant write stuff down.
Oh, you write stuff down.
I do sometimes do little sketches, but they're more doodles. I wouldn't show them to anyone.
Okay. I mean, this first album you've just done, it was done last year, wasn't it? Back in 2012. You managed to get some amazing musicians to play with you. You got BJ Cole from REM, who played from REM and Sting and Brian Eno. You had Andy Boyle, who played with Gong and Captain Beefheart, and Hannah Lancaster from the old dance school. You pulled in some big names, didn't you?
Well, I was really lucky. I was really pleased. Yeah, working with BJ in North London was amazing.
Yeah.
He's got a beautiful studio that looks out onto his little garden, and he's just got complete command over his instruments. You could just tell that the only limit to what he could play is his own imagination. It's just a beautiful thing to see, really.
And also, you've played with some big names, haven't you? You played with Peter Green and Jim Moray from Teardrop Explodes as well, haven't you? Julian Cope from Teardrop Explodes and Jim Moray over Teeth are not working this morning.
The Glee Club has been very supportive. I know, the Glee Club, they've got one in Birmingham, Nottingham, Cardiff, Oxford, and they've really got behind my music, and kind of audiences that they attract seem to enjoy what I'm doing. So,
and you've also
a lot of good support slots I've had at those clubs.
You've also played recently with World Party.
Yep.
A lot of people don't realise about World Party. They wrote for Robbie Williams, didn't they? They wrote the...
She's the one.
Yeah, she's the one for... Robbie Williams recorded their version, didn't he? And a lot of people don't know them. That must have been fabulous working with them.
Yeah, it was a really good opportunity. Again, that was at the Glee Club. And it was fantastic hearing World Party perform She's the One. Because what I didn't appreciate was how much Robbie copied the vocal delivery as well. Not only the top-line melody and lyrics, but it's actually a lot of the expression and delivery was the same.
Yeah, I must admit, I didn't know about World Party until about 6 weeks ago, and somebody sent me a copy of the World Party single to listen to, or the World Party track to listen to.
Right.
I couldn't believe it. It was like listening to Robbie Williams, but not Robbie Williams, which was great.
Yeah.
But you've got a new album coming out in September.
I do. It's called Reaching for a State of Mind.
Okay.
And it's going to be available on my website and my shows.
Okay.
And I'm going to be on tour in October promoting the new release. And there's a lot of big cast of musicians on this as well. I've got a percussionist that I've collaborated with called Chip Bailey, who people might have heard playing with Duke Special. And he's brought a lot to the table, really, a lot of different percussive sounds. And just creatively a lot of rhythms and things, and so the music's ended up sounding more expansive and sort of grander.
Okay, and you've got PJ Wright from Fairport Convention as well, haven't you, on the album?
Yeah, he played some beautiful steel on a song called Maybe I Too Was Born to Run.
Okay, so that's out hopefully in September. Is it completely finished yet, or are you still working on it?
still working on it. I mean,
still tweaking it.
Music is finished. We're just literally doing mixing and mastering.
Okay, so that's fine. Who would you say were your musical heroes? I think we probably crossed on that little...
Springsteen, Neil Young, Jackson Browne,
yeah,
John Lennon. That's quite a lot.
It's quite a few, isn't it? I mean, if I said to you, you can have just one person play on stage with you tonight, who would you choose? They don't even have to be alive still. So,
DJ Cole.
You'd like to have him on stage with you?
Yeah, well, we're just talking about him, but he's just a fantastic counter melody writer. You know, it's just so beautiful. Not only his technique, his the choice of notes, the harmony that he puts into songs. It just makes, you know, I feel that that's my weakness, and that's an area I'm always confident about the story that I want to tell, but I love working with musicians that can add colour, and you know, his colours are very vibrant.
So he brings something to the party, which is always nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. What would you say so far has been the highlight of your career? I know it's a fairly...
What do you mean before this interview?
Thank you very much. I wouldn't. I was going to say what's the low light, and that's probably going to come to that one. No.
Highlight. You know, it's been peppered with some beautiful moments.
Okay.
If I could pick out one singular thing, I don't know.
No. Was it been recording your first album? I suppose I imagine as a musician, it's like having a baby.
That's a good one. I mean,
yeah.
I guess meeting the producer, Michael Clark, was a real breakthrough moment. I mean, we actually met about 12 or 13 years ago, but I guess when we bonded over the production of the first record in 2011, that was a really breakthrough moment, because that was when he just helped me to, well, I say it was a big thing that he helped me to do. He helped me to get the music that I could hear in my head coming through the speakers, and then that was fantastic, because he enabled me to communicate with a wider audience.
Well, that's great, isn't it? Okay.
Yeah.
What's the oddest thing that's ever happened to you so far?
Sorry?
The oddest thing that's ever happened to you so far? Yeah, the oddest.
Oh, wow. There's
strangest.
a few of those.
Okay.
Oddest thing. Well...
that you can tell me, of course.
I did a gig once, and someone came up to me afterwards and said, "I really enjoyed your set," and they bought the CD, which was very, very generous of them. And then she said, "You know, I was listening to your lyrics, and listen, I'm a trained counsellor, and if you ever need anyone to talk to, give a call."
That's what's called praising you in one thing and then slapping you in the face with another.
Which was great, you know. I mean, quite tempting, actually.
You didn't take her up on the offer, no?
But, yeah, I'm trying to, you know, obviously, yeah.
You've had no major...
It's funny, I love that connection with people when you go out and play live.
But I think a lot of musicians do, and I think a lot of them, you know, that they... Even I've been very fortunate to have on the show people like the Searchers and who've been going for years, and they still love playing live. They don't need to play live, but they just love playing live because of the immediate buzz, the immediate connection with the audience. You know, all those years, and they've been playing and all the songs they have, but there's still that, you know, almost like one-to-one connection in the small theatres. Like, I mean, the Stables is a classic one. It's only about 370, I think it holds. I've been there loads of times, and you feel like you're sitting on the stage. What does it feel like as a musician there? Because obviously I'm no musician, and I'm no singer, so never ask me to come and sing with you, please. What does it actually feel like at a very intimate theatre like the Stables? How does that really feel for somebody in your position?
Well, it depends largely, you know, on your mood that day.
Okay.
It does with me anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it can be very arresting, alarming experience. I mean, if you're up for it, and you get the good. It can be one of the most uplifting and fantastic. You can feel like you're flying, but then there's other times where I remember I did a small gig in Nice in the French Riviera once, and it was one of the worst experiences in my entire life because I felt completely naked and exposed on stage, and I felt like everybody was laughing at me, and I was just raging. In the break time, I remember I went out onto the street and I was thinking, I can't get back up on that stage. I'm never going to do this again. It's so humiliating. But that was about 10 or 11 years ago, and I guess you work through certain emotions and you find coping mechanisms, and now it's something that I revel and enjoy in.
Yeah, the live thing. Okay. Away from the music business, what do you enjoy doing? What do you have as a hobby?
I don't have many hobbies. I'm always working, doing something to do with music. I do a lot of music workshops with adults with learning difficulties.
Really?
I do songwriting workshops at the Midlands Arts Centre.
Okay. I bet the sort of like the music with the people with learning difficulties must be amazingly rewarding.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
I bet it is, because I can't play instruments and I certainly can't sing. So please never ask me along to karaoke. Anybody in the area, never ask me along to karaoke because it'll clear the bar, the area, or anything else. But to be able to sort of, I go to a lot of concerts, a lot of shows, and I love music. It's a shame I can't participate in it, but it must be great to be able to do what you love and actually then to, should we say, give something back. And I learning disability schools, that the kids are so receptive, aren't they, when you sort of go and see them, and the simplest things, what me and you take for granted, they really they find it's a great highlight.
Yeah, that's right.
It must be great. I wish I could do that, but I must say I have no talent at all. We're nearly out of time, Dan. You're playing 2 concerts locally in June. You're playing in Bedford at Chill in the Park in Bedford on the 16th of June.
Yeah.
And then you're going on the 29th of June, you're going to Milton Keynes. You're going to do the Togfest in Bradwell Abbey.
That's Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, so, and you're live on stage both times. People can come to see you. And how can they contact you and buy this new album?
It's dan-whitehouse.com.
Okay.
And then I'm also on Twitter and Facebook, and I have a mailing list. The website is probably the
way of
place to start.
Start finding you. So you're looking forward to coming to Bedford to play Chill in the Park. Have you played Bedford before?
I have. Played at the Ent Shed, which is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, I know the place. Yeah, I live very close to it.
I in there, and that was a great night.
Yeah,
sold out show, and I'm really looking forward to coming back to Bedford. I'm coming back to Bedford later in the autumn as part of the UK tour as well. Are you
going to go to the Ent Shed there?
Yeah.
You are? Okay, that's good. So people sign up to your website and your newsletter. They can get up to date when your album comes out and buy your album and join you in Bedford again. So Chill in the Park.
Yeah. I think if you just Google Dan Whitehouse music or something like that,
and you find it. And then we got. I know you've played it at the Stables. You're off to Bradwell Abbey for a big outside concert on the 29th as well.
Yeah.
Well, good luck with both of those, Dan.
Thank you.
We're going to play some of your tracks on your album, your latest album, sort of now. Your favourite is what would you say is your favourite track, and we'll play that now.
Why don't you play When We Were Sleeping? Because often I ask the audience to sing the chorus backing vocals on that, so perhaps people could
sing along at home. Okay, lovely. Well, thank you very much for your time, Dan.
Thank you. I think it's just worth noting that both of the festivals we're talking about are free events.
Oh, yes, that's true. Oh, sorry, yes, we didn't mention that. They're free events, so you can come along and see you, the 16th of June at Chill in the Park in Bedford, and it's the 29th of June, it's Togfest at Bradwell Abbey in Milton Keynes.
Gary Fitz here, every Monday, 10 o'clock. Coming up, we've got Eric and Ernie. Join me here on Seclo Sounds. In your smile. It's from 1975, Eric and Ernie were four...
Gary, it's not Eric and Ernie, it's Earl and Ernie, the Cape Brothers, Union Man.